With the recent 2024 Paris Olympic Games occurring only 4 short months ago, one of the largest and most diverse genres at the Olympic Games, in my opinion, always being the track and field events. I'm your host, Jillian Striner, and on today's episode of Chasing PRs, I'm joined with my teammates,
Davis Sweet,
Katie Tran,
and Brooke Scott.
And today we're going to discuss what it's like to be intertwined into the athletic.net community here at Trinity College. Track and field has so many exciting things to offer, from sprinting, relays, throwing, and even jumping into big sandboxes. But with this one large and diverse group of athletes, they can only all bond over one platform, that being athletic.net. Hey guys, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
You're acting as if I didn't drag you guys here on a Sunday night.
Cut this shit out. Cut that shit out of the podcast.
Alright, so anyway, today I've asked you guys to join me to talk about the discourse community of athletic.net. And then for our listeners, do any of you guys want to kind of explain what the general gist of athletic.net is?
Sure. So athletic.net is a platform where officials of meets can post your times, and every track athlete has a profile that's connected to their school and their state and their region, so that anyone could just search up their name and then track and field and would be able to find their athletic.net profile, and it lists all their times and PRs from their recent seasons. So that other people could be able to just search you up and look at your times.
Exactly. I love athletic.net. And I was going to bring up athletic.net is different than many other social media platforms because of the auto post feature. I think that feature is so creepy.
Yeah.
How anyone can see that. But what I mean by that for our listeners is that the auto post feature is an important detail to how our online discourse community is run the way it does, because us as athletes, we aren't posting our own media. It's all on for us.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're all athletes here at Trinity College on the track and field team. And guys, I just wanted to ask, how has your season been going so far?
The season's been going pretty good.
I know we have our first meet in about 2 weeks.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
Pumped.
But getting into that, do you think that our Coach John Michael Mason, used athletic.net to help us recruit here?
For sure.
Yeah, definitely.
He definitely did, probably. Just thinking about how our sport works, it's really based on our individual times. It's not like another sport
Definitely.
football or volleyball, where you can just watch film and determine whether or not you're a good fit for a school. Track and field is solely based on times.
Yeah.
So
it makes it very easy. You just have to look at someone's times and be like, oh, do they make the times you want?
Yeah.
And then boom, because it's all
Digital on
very
athletic.net.
yeah.
Definitely, I think an important factor to that is that track and field is like a team sport, like everything else, but it's also so individualized. I really like that about it.
Too.
All right, and with that, I'm going to get into our first discussion question. And I want to ask you guys, how often would you say you log into athletic.net while we're in season? Because personally for me, I'm on that every single day. I'm stalking everyone's PRs before we even get to the meet. I'll be standing next to someone on the line and I know all their PRs.
Yeah. During in season, I would say absolutely multiple times a week, if not every day. While also stalking other people, I'm definitely stalking myself a lot too. I'm looking at my past stuff and how things have improved or how a season's been.
Yeah, I feel like I use it a few times a week during the season, and I don't know, it's a good resource for me to see what everybody else is doing, so I can line up with them and know before going into the meet who's gonna be my best competition.
Well, definitely, like you said, like a resource. I think as track and field athletes, we definitely use athletic.net to our advantage.
For sure.
And I feel like not a lot of outsiders, like our listeners, really like understand how much of an advantage athletic.net really gives us. But like really getting able to see your heat sheet and logging on and seeing everyone's real times is really valuable, like in the track and field world.
Yeah. I feel like I used athletic.net a lot during my recruiting process. So from the fly, like I knew that I wanted to go to a D3 school because I didn't really, I wasn't really envisioning myself in like D1 athletics. I wanted to really have the opportunity to balance my academics and extracurriculars well while doing a sport. And so it was really easy for me to go on athletic.net and search up like whatever team that I was interested in and the times of like the athletes that are competing on that team to see like where I would fit in their program. So that's what I really liked about Trinity was that like all their times are up on athletic.net and I could see like I knew the times of the athletes on this team before I even met them in person, which is kind of creepy, but that's just like how the sport is.
And that's just how I feel like athletic.net functions like as a whole.
Yeah.
Like before we even got here, like I won't even lie, like I stalked all of you guys on athletic.net.
That's crazy.
And that's just like how it works, you know? But definitely I stalked all of you guys on athletic.net before we got here, and I feel like that's just what everyone does. Speaking of that, have you guys ever seen any of like the TikToks or like memes about athletic.net?
Yeah.
Like they're so funny. It's just like, oh, me staying up till like 5 a.m. like looking at the heat sheets and it's like someone scrolling. Or it's that one meme of the Toy Story like monkey with like the symbols like scrolling through.
The monkey's the eye in the sky. He sees everything.
Right, we're on air. Alright, one of the main topics I talked about in my essay for my writing class here at Trinity was about how there's different levels of membership on athletic.net. And I was wondering, do any of you guys pay for the athletic.net like plus account? Like do you guys have premium to get all of your media or no?
No, I don't.
You don't?
I don't, but I really wanted it.
What about you, Davis?
So I have an old coach who I have as a login, so I use that.
Oh, he's leeching off of that. Wow.
Yep. So that's very helpful.
What's the difference?
There's a lot of perks, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can see a lot more like stats on people.
You can see more. That's
You can
true.
see past years.
Yeah.
And
I think you can also see all the videos. So like
Yeah, you get all your videos for free without a watermark. And also, if you look up like the top in Massachusetts, you don't just get like the top like 3 or 5, you get the entire list,
Right.
which
That's
is really
always
nice.
that'd be so helpful. Now I really wish I had the premium version.
Well, my dad, because he's like obsessed with track and field, he has the account, so I just use that account. You know? I always find really funny to talk about, and you guys probably know what I'm talking about because you know my parents, you know my family. My dad is obsessed with athletic.net, and it's so interesting to me because it's not like he's an athlete or anything, but no, like my dad is so involved into it now, to the point like I'll be at school here and I'll be like, oh yeah, like, you know, I'm taking a recruit, and then my dad's like, well, what's their name, right? And then a minute later, I'll look at my phone and it's a screenshot of their like athletic.net profile, and like my dad's just like, oh, like they're a good 400 runner, like he just knows all their information.
That's okay.
But even getting further into that, my dad would go on to like any of like the college meets or even like future meets that I was attending to like compare me to like who else will be running. He's like, oh, Jillian, like better watch out for this girl. But I've always really appreciated that, and I think it definitely really helps me. But again, like athletic.net doesn't have to be just for the athletes, like it's for the coaches, for the team, for the parents like my dad, or even like recruiters, and I just think that's a really unique aspect of the platform.
So one of my favorite things about athletic.net is the fact that sometimes in those big meets, they have like the official video recordings.
They got like Reggie Lewis.
Yes, the Reggie Lewis
Reggie.
track. And my favorite thing was hearing Coach H, which is like my favorite commentator.
Oh, I love Coach H.
And
my homegirl, Katie Tran.
yes!
My main man, Logan.
For our listeners who may not know who Coach H is, Coach H is a very popular influencer and announcer at the Massachusetts State track meets. Coach H gained popularity throughout Massachusetts and the track and field world for his unique and fun way of announcing athletes. But while I was at Nationals this past year in Oregon, they like athletic.net was there and they scanned my face, and now whenever I come up in media, it like automatically gets sent to me because like it like knows my face. Isn't that so creepy?
That is really
It's like
But
it's
that's so
crazy,
cool.
right?
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
cool.
All right, we'll get right back into it after this short advertisement that I need in order to afford tuition at the small D3 school. Please stay with us.
My name is Noah Lyles, and I'm the 200-meter Olympic champion, and I use Max Fly 2s.
I'm Shakari Richardson, and I wear Max Fly 2s.
My name's Gabby Thomas, and I wear Max Fly 2s.
Just do it.
Nike. All right, so unfortunately, we're actually losing one of my special guests here, my teammate Katie Tran.
Thank
But
you so much for having me. Sorry, I gotta run.
Thank you so much for coming here, but she's got to run. I heard that. All right, thank you, Katie.
Thank you so much. It was so fun.
Yeah, and definitely when I use athletic.net, I'm probably on there like 4 or 5 times, like the day of and like the night before the meet, just like checking like the heat sheets. And for our listeners who don't know what a meet sheet is, it's like a list of athletes that comes out approximately like 1 to 5 days before the day of a track meet, and it lets you know who's attending and like running what event and what you're likely to place, or in track terms we call that a seed. So you can see like, oh, like if you're seated second, like you're definitely stalking the person who's in first. Like, you know what I mean,
Their
Brooke?
time, exactly.
Yeah. Me and Brooke actually run the same events. So our winter meet is coming up very soon. Probably both going to be in the 60 meter.
60 and 200, hopefully.
Yeah,
maybe
definitely.
4x2 if they allow us, but we'll see.
We hope so.
I know.
Davis, do you know you're going to be running that meet?
I think I'm going to be doing pole vault and
Okay.
wow.
Okay. He's our pole vaulter.
Was it last one?
4x4.
4x4?
Maybe the
Okay.
200 as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right, one of our last topics we're going to touch upon on our podcast today of chasing PRs. All right, now I could be totally like different from everyone else when I think of this, but I feel like nature as like track and field athletes, we kind of want to like show off our videos, our PRs, like our times and everything. But like if we put that onto our main, say like Instagram account or something like that, like after a while, like doesn't it get like boring for everyone else? It kind of
gets
just
a bit
seems like
show-offy, yeah.
we're showing off, yeah. And I definitely feel like athletic.net is a perfect kind of digital space that we can use to show off, but like not actually show off.
Right, because you literally cannot post on it. Is there a feature you
Yeah,
can?
there is, but
There
like
is,
no one
but-
ever like uses it. You know what I mean? Like it's so similar to Instagram, but we just don't post on it ourselves.
Right. Like the times are so, like, they're all automatic, so it has all the good PRs, but the bad ones too.
Yeah, definitely.
The bad ones are also on there.
And because like track and field is just so diverse in that
Right.
like matter.
It really has a spot for everyone, honestly.
No, exactly. Like everyone can find what they're good at for track and field.
You have the distance, like you could be running miles, you could be doing a 7-second race.
which is what I love.
Yeah, me too. Or you could be throwing like a 10, I don't know, what is it, the pounds?
16.
16
for
pounds.
boys, for sure.
Okay. Or like, whipping the hammer. A javelin. Like there's everything. Jumping into
I know, there's
sand.
so much.
Yeah,
I
there's
know.
actually like pole vault. That's actually really strange. There's so many.
I know.
Like there's something for everyone. That's why I love it. And I love how it's boys and girls.
Yeah.
You get.
Well, there's always so much going on. Like we'll be
Yeah.
at a meet and like there's throwing, there's jumping, there's
Yeah.
running, like the gun's going off every second. Like,
It can be stressful, but. And it's like an 8-hour-long meet occasionally.
Oh, no, for real. The bus rides there and back too.
It can be brutal, but the energy is unlike.
It's so worth it.
It's
for
so
sure.
worth it.
And it's fun just to be like on a bus with your whole team and
Yeah.
just hanging out and yeah.
Supporting
good
each
time.
other.
But with that, I'm so excited for the college season to start.
Yeah.
So good luck to everyone here. Thank you
Great.
for joining me. Thank you to our listeners. Thanks for joining in on the conversation, and I hope you got a good laugh or two out of it and gained some insider knowledge about athletic.net. Once again, I hope you join us for another episode of Chasing PRs, and have a great day. Thank you, Brooke. Thank you, Davis.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. Appreciate
Thank you
it.
so much. And also thank you to Katie, who had to leave early. That's all right. All right. Stay tuned for another episode of Chasing PRs. This is Jillian Striner, out.